So recently I got scammed. That happens sometimes when you buy knives online, especially through a secondhand market and not a reputable seller. I bought these from a local auction online. I bid on them sight unseen. They're petrified fish knives, and now I don't own any petrified fish knives, but they're one I've been wanting to try out because I've heard great things, heard they're a great budget brand. But these are not real petrified fish knives. They're very convincing, but there's no way these are real unless they're some blemished or something. Now, the local auction was advertising them as new knives. They were sealed up, they were taped. I went ahead and opened them, and this was the most convincing of them all. I mean, I've seen this on knives from Temu or AliExpress, where they clone actual brands like Benchmade and Gerber. I've never seen this one cloned before. I didn't think they would clone a budget brand, but they do. And so the box looks real. Even from the same auction, I brought more a Garberg that was a clone, and I ended up returning that one. I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do with these ones. So this is the petrified fish. I think this was the beluga, or supposed to be the beluga. Yep, there it says on the clip. It looks like the clip is bent, but I don't know if that's the way it's supposed to come. And it has micarta handles. It doesn't look too bad, but there's a couple ways you know it's a clone. And this one almost convinced me because it comes with a cloth. It had a sticker in it. It had extra hardware, you know, washers and screws. But this is how I know it's fake. There's no lockup. Look at that. And it says it's K110 steel, but all the numbers are printed on, not lasered on. If you run your finger across them, you can feel that they are not actually lasered on, that they're just printed on, and they'll come off. So now I did find with this one that if you flick it really hard, you can actually get it to lock up. But normally just opening it with the flipper does not get it to lock up. And it's the same with all of these other ones. Now, in fairness, I didn't pay much for these. I think it was $16 or $17 each plus tax and the auction fee. So probably, you know, around 20 bucks each. I don't know which one to do next. Okay, this is the cheapest model. I think these are only $26 or something on petrified fish. I can't remember what model this was supposed to be. It just says forward folding knife, red micarta, satin D2 handle. Same problem. No lockup. And this one you can't get to lock up no matter what, no matter how hard you do it. And so you're cutting and it just comes down. It just wants to close. There's no way to get it to lock up. Now it's a liner lock, and it looks to me like the detent ball on the liner is just not engaging, not getting over far enough. And I'm wondering if I disassemble this knife and just grind or file down the knife blade there ever so slightly, that I might be able to get the liner to come over more and actually engage with the knife and lock it open. And I may try that. I could return them, but they had a bunch of these and they're just going to resell them to somebody else who's not going to know what to do with them. And I hate for somebody else to get scammed. Here's the other model. Again, I should have wrote down, I'll put on there what model these were supposed to be. But these there's no way these are real petrified fish. This says it's 14C28N. Again, it's not really lasered on there. This one actually locked up first try, which is unusual for these guys. Most of the time I've not been having them lock up. This one's locking up now. Most of the time they're like that, not getting a good lockup. But if you get enough force, two of them can lock up, the two bigger ones, but that red one's still not locking up. It should lock up when you do that. So I got scammed on these. There's no way these are real petrified fish knives. But anyways, be careful when you're shopping online what you're buying, because see, this one came with a cloth and a sticker too. Make you think that they're the real thing, but no way those are real. All right, it's joke time. So there was this guy that moved to America, and he needed a job, needed some money, and it was his lifelong dream to open a little fruit stand. And so he got some money together and bought some produce and opened a little fruit stand. And first, the main problem was he only knew how to speak very limited English. He only knew how to say three things: fresh, very fresh, $2, and not today, maybe tomorrow. So his first customer comes in and is looking at the produce and says, "How much are these bananas?" And he goes, $2. And she goes, "Are they fresh?" And he says, "Fresh, very fresh." And she says, "Can I buy some?" And he says, "Not today, maybe tomorrow." So she leaves. And the next customer comes in, a gentleman. He's looking at some apples, and he says, "How much are these apples?" And the guy says, $2. And he says, "Are they fresh?" And the guy says, "Fresh, very fresh." And he says, "Can I buy some?" And the man says, "Not today, maybe tomorrow." And then next person that comes in is a criminal, a robber, and tries to rob him. And he says, "Give me all your money." And the guy says, $2. And he says, "Are you getting fresh with me?" And he says, "Fresh, very fresh." And he says, "Do you want me to kill you?" And he says, "Not today, maybe tomorrow."